Hey, how's it going, guys? Ryan here with Ash and Oak. These are the top 5 bourbons from my 31 Days of Bourbon. Really excited to try these all blind. I have them all in these little vials labeled A through E. And we're gonna see which one is the best of the best. Now, before we get into that, let me go over how I rated them all. First one, number 1 was Eagle Rare at a 27.5 final score. Perfect score being 30, that's pretty good. Number 2 was Russell's Reserve 10-year, which was a 26.5, tied with Joseph Magnus with a 26.5. So these both tied for second place. Next was Wild Turkey Rare Breed at 26 points. And then this store pick of Broken Barrel Rum Cask Finished at 25.5 points. Overall, really high scores across the board. This one just barely beat out Castle and Key by 0.25. But man, I am super pumped to try these. Again, have them all already poured in these little vials. I don't know what order they were poured in. My wife poured them. I'm just excited to give them a shot and see which one is going to be the best of the best. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and start pouring. This is vial A going into Glencairn A. Real quick, I just want to highlight how dark this one is compared to that one. That is crazy. I don't know what they are, but we'll find out here in a second. All right, there we go. 5 Glencairn glasses lined up, A through E. Again, I don't know what they are, but we're going to go through and taste each one and then arrange them from best to worst. And then at the very end, reveal what they are. Let's go ahead and start with A. This one's really good, very flavorful, nice finish, a little bit of roasted peanuts, vanilla, caramel, toffee, a lot going on, not super harsh. Pretty sure I know which one this is. I think this is Russell's. It's just really good. Let's go ahead and check this one. This one beats out A just slightly, where this one has kind of that nutty characteristic. This has a lot more fruity, floral, but still a nice hit of that caramel toffee up front. So far, this one I think beats out this one. Let's go ahead and check this one. Wow. Ton of cinnamon, nutmeg, honey, vanilla. This is unique. Pretty sure this is Broken Barrel. It might be tied. This is gonna be tough. Let's check out D.
These nuts. Got him! Got him!
This one's a little more nutty. This one kind of has like a roasted peanut flavor, which typically I get from Rare Breed. I don't feel like this one is as high of a proof as these 3, but if it is Rare Breed, that's usually like 116 something. It drinks a lot smoother than I was expecting. God, that one's good too. Okay. This is tough. I feel like this one... It just kind of lacks in flavor. It's damn good. It just doesn't have as much bold characteristic as I would like. That one's really good. I'm getting like buttered popcorn out of this one now, which is odd. Still a lot of cinnamon, but now there's like a weird buttered popcorn. Wow, whew, that one's damn good. Still very peanut buttery, but better than C. These I think might be my last 2. These ones in the middle. This one might be the best. It's really hard because they're all very close. Let's start at the back and work my way back up. good. Very fruit forward. A lot of oak, vanilla, caramel. Like, by no means a bad bourbon. I think just the way it hits my palate, it's just a little lighter than the rest. The rest of these have a little more, I don't know if it's the proof or just a little more potency maybe. They just have more flavor intensity. It's still really good. Okay, this one beats out this one for sure. Yeah. Yep. Okay, and then it's between A and D, I think, for first place. It's just a good bourbon. That's so good. I think I got this right. This is first place for me, by far. It's a tie between these two and these two. This one's just a little more than this one. This one just has that roasted peanut butter flavor. This one has a lot more going on. Cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla, a little bit of like a buttered popcorn, but not overpowering. It has just kind of a nice little weird funkiness to it that I kind of dig. That could be just like the caramel feel, but it's just very velvety. Mouthfeel and finish of this one was better than this one. Okay, between C and E for last place. These are right. I'm torn on these two, A and B. They're so close. Like they are just, we're splitting hairs now. They are just so similar, but yet so different. They both have great characteristics, both great flavor, aroma, finish. One is a little more fruity than the other. The other one's a little more oak forward. Like honestly, I wish I could just say tied, because I think depending on my type of day, like there's some days I want a very fruit forward caramely bourbon. There's some other days where I want a very oak forward bitter bourbon. They're, in my opinion, almost identical, but we're basing it off my palate today. That one's so good. I hate to do it, but tasting them again, this one does just have a little bit extra going for it compared to this one. They're both phenomenal. They're so good. The way my palate is right now, B is beating out A. So where we end up is B, A, D, C, E. Now let's see what they are. Okay, let's start with B. B is Eagle Rare, which I had as the highest rated bourbon for me. So not a huge shocker there. A, Russell's Reserve 10 year, which I had at second place for me. Next is D, which is Wild Turkey Rare Breed, which is surprising because I don't genuinely like that like peanut butteriness. Apparently I dig it today. C is this Broken Barrel Rum Cask Store Pick, which means Joseph Magnus comes in 5th place with E. Again, this does not mean Joseph Magnus is bad. It is a really good bourbon. These are all incredibly great bourbons. These are the top 5 of the 31 that I tasted. You know, there's a lot of people that say the hype behind Eagle Rare is just because of how hard it is to get and the name. this is a blind taste test. I had no clue what was what, and Russell's is my daily drinker. I love Russell's Reserve. It is one of my favorites of all time, and I would have bet that this slightly edged out this, but the first blind taste test I did edged it out by 0.5. It was literally one whole point, 27.5 versus 26.5. But it beat it. And I thought maybe because they're on separate weeks. But tasting them side by side, blind, Eagle Rare beats out Russell's just narrowly. On the next of the list, I actually had Joseph Magnus on the initial blind, and then Wild Turkey Rare Breed. But now, tasting them all side by side, Wild Turkey Rare Breed beats out Joseph Magnus. And then Broken Barrel actually was 26 for Rare Breed, 25.5 with Broken Barrel, 0.5 away. It's just under Rare Breed. Joseph Magnus just under it. This is kind of cheating. This is a store pick. This is not their initial release. It's not their everyday offering. The store specifically picked this barrel because of the flavor characteristics. So, in a way, it is cheating because unless you go to, I think, is it Fluffy's? Yeah, unless you go to Fluffy's, you're not gonna get this bottle. There's an exclusive barrel pick that they did, but that's got a lot going for it. It's like cinnamon, graham cracker, honey. It's so good. And it beats out Joseph Magnus. The only thing I don't like about Joseph Magnus is like the drying sweetness at the end. It's kind of like a wine, which is probably from the triple cask aging that they do. But here's your lineup. Number 1, Eagle Rare. Number 2, Russell's Reserve. Number 3, Rare Breed. Number 4, Broken Barrel Whiskey Rum Finish. And then 5, Joseph Magnus. Comment down below if you're surprised by any of this, or if you would have picked one over the other. I honestly would have swore Russell's would have beat out over Eagle Rare. I assumed Eagle Rare was hype. The hype is real, my friends. This is the number 1 bourbon in my 31 days of bourbon. So thanks for watching, much appreciated. Make sure to take a moment just to click the subscribe button. It actually helps me out a ton. If you have the time to click like, go ahead and click like too. And either way, if you click it or not, welcome to the family. So glad to have you here. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.